It's overwhelming, actually. I'm remembering so much and so much of my childhood and so many wonderful.
It's hard to find a happy moment in Melissa Gilbert's life because from the beginning it was destined to be a tragedy. You may not believe it, but until now she is still facing many difficult challenges in life, especially health problems. Next is the issue of marriage. She considers herself an unhappy woman. Not only that, she also struggles with many losses from loved ones and toxic obsessions from her childhood. Stay calm and listen to Melissa Gilbert's tragic story in this video. Let's get started. There is no need to look for tragedies in the past. Melissa Gilbert's current life is considered hell as she faces some serious health problems. Reportedly, in 2016, she embarked on a new journey out of her acting career, aiming to represent Michigan's 8th congressional district. However, her dreams of becoming a congresswoman were abruptly cut short due to significant health issues that had plagued her for years. Gilbert's health struggles began in 2003 when she underwent her first surgery for a herniated disc, marking the start of a long and challenging battle with spinal issues. The pain and complications from her back continued to affect her life and career. 9 years later, in 2012, she sustained a concussion during a performance on the popular reality show Dancing with the Stars. This incident was a serious setback, but it was not the end of her health troubles. In a bizarre and unfortunate turn of events, Gilbert suffered another concussion just months after the first. This second incident occurred in a rental home in Studio City. Gilbert recounted the frightening moment, saying, "I was standing under the back balcony, talking to my kids, and it detached from the house and it collapsed on my head." The collapsing balcony caused severe head trauma, compounding her already significant health issues. Despite these challenges, Gilbert continued to push forward, both personally and professionally. However, her bid for Congress came at a time when her health could not be ignored. In 2016, on the advice of her doctors, she made the difficult decision to step down from the race. She shared this decision with People magazine, emphasizing the necessity of prioritizing her health over her political aspirations. Gilbert's medical journey did not end there. In 2020, she underwent her 4th spinal surgery, a procedure that she described as life-altering. The surgery involved the insertion of an artificial disc, which provided significant relief and improvement in her condition. Just a week after the operation, Gilbert took to Instagram to express her optimism and gratitude, stating, "Though I am only 1 week out, it is clear that this surgery for me has been a life-altering experience." However, her spinal surgeries and concussions were not the only health challenges Gilbert faced. In 2023, she experienced a severe reaction to a bug bite, which caused her entire arm to swell up. The bite led to an abscess and cellulitis, a serious bacterial skin infection. Gilbert's doctor advised her to go to the emergency room immediately. She shared her experience on Instagram, writing, "Called my doctor, and he suggested we hightail it to the ER." Thanks to prompt medical attention and the right medication, she was quickly on the mend. You will look at Melissa Gilbert's life with even more sympathy after learning about her 2 tragic marriages. Before Melissa Gilbert found enduring love with her current husband, Timothy Busfield, she navigated through 2 previous marriages marked by turbulence and heartache. The Little House on the Prairie star first married Bo Brinkman in 1988. Their relationship, although initially filled with promise, quickly became tumultuous. In her revealing memoir, Prairie Tale, Gilbert candidly shared the struggles of their marriage, attributing many of their issues to alcohol, insecurity, and the challenges of merging their lives and careers when they barely knew each other. Gilbert and Brinkman welcomed their son, Dakota, during their marriage. However, the joy of motherhood was overshadowed by personal strife. Gilbert made a shocking claim in her book, alleging that she discovered Brinkman cheating on her in their home just 2 months after Dakota was born. Upon being caught, Brinkman's dismissive response was, "What are you looking at?" This betrayal was a devastating blow to Gilbert, contributing to the deterioration of their relationship. Their marriage, fraught with difficulties, ultimately ended in divorce in 1994. However, the end of their marriage did not bring an end to their problems. Shortly after their split, Gilbert began dating actor Bruce Boxleitner. The new couple decided to take a vacation to Austria, a trip that was meant to be a romantic getaway. However, the trip was interrupted by a distressing phone call that revealed more drama from Brinkman. He had called Child Protective Services, CPS, to report Gilbert's nanny, accusing her of abusing their son, Dakota. The timing of this accusation was particularly challenging for Gilbert, who was recovering from a breast augmentation surgery. In her memoir, she recalled the interview with CPS that took place during her recovery. She was eager to prove that her home was a stable and nurturing environment, despite her recent surgery and the chaos surrounding her personal life. "I wanted this woman to think I was normal and my home was a paradigm of well-being," she wrote. "Instead, I looked like the psycho actress who got new tits for Christmas." The investigation by CPS, prompted by Brinkman's allegations, ultimately found no basis for the claims. Gilbert described the complaint as bullshit in her memoir, expressing relief that the investigation concluded without any issues. The dismissal of the complaint validated Gilbert's belief that the accusation was unfounded and likely motivated by spite. Then, Melissa Gilbert's life took a significant turn just 1 year after her tumultuous divorce from Bo Brinkman, when she found love again with fellow Hollywood actor Bruce Boxleitner. The two actors tied the knot in 1995 and welcomed their son, Michael, the same year. Their marriage, spanning 16 years, was filled with both joy and challenges, reflecting the complexities of maintaining a relationship in the spotlight. However, Gilbert admitted that their marriage was nearly derailed shortly after it began. In her candid memoir, Prairie, she revealed that she had an emotional affair while starring in the television movie Seduction in a Small Town. Although she did not name the actor, Dennis McNamara, who played her character's husband in the film, was a likely candidate. Gilbert explained that her emotional connection with her co-star was fueled by alcohol, which led her to confide in the wrong person. "I'd always developed crushes on my leading men, but this was different, and it was fueled by alcohol, which allowed me to pour my heart out," she wrote. "The problem was, I was pouring my heart out to the wrong person. I should have been sharing all of this with my husband, but I was too afraid." Despite this rocky start, Gilbert and Boxleitner committed to working on their relationship. They sought help through couples therapy, which helped them bridge the emotional distance that had developed between them. The therapy sessions allowed them to address their issues and rekindle their connection, leading to many more years together. However, the pressures of their careers and personal lives eventually took their toll. In 2011, after 16 years of marriage, Gilbert and Boxleitner decided to part ways. The split was a challenging time for Gilbert, who later described the period as one where she felt like she had lost her mind. In an attempt to cope with the emotional pain, she made several drastic changes. She bought a Mustang convertible, got fillers and Botox, and even dated a younger French boyfriend. Gilbert's actions were indicative of her search for solace and a way to reclaim her identity amid the upheaval. Gilbert's post-divorce crisis, however, was short-lived. In 2012, she found herself waiting for friends at a bar, where a chance encounter would change her life once again. Actor Timothy Busfield spotted her and, intrigued, approached her. This meeting marked the beginning of a new chapter in Gilbert's life, leading to a relationship built on mutual respect and understanding. Busfield, a fellow actor, shared Gilbert's passion for the arts, and their connection quickly deepened. They got married in 2013, and Gilbert found in him a supportive partner who understood the intricacies of their shared profession. Today, with Timothy Busfield by her side, Melissa Gilbert continues to thrive. Their relationship, marked by shared humor, mutual respect, and deep love, serves as a foundation for her ongoing personal and professional growth. There is a problem that few people are aware of about Melissa Gilbert. She was once an alcoholic. She has been remarkably candid about her struggles with alcohol addiction, a battle that significantly shaped her life and career. Her relationship with alcohol began to spiral during her tumultuous first marriage to Beau Brinkman. In her memoir, Prairie, Gilbert detailed how their marriage was riddled with issues, many of which were exacerbated by their misuse of alcohol. She revealed that, following their divorce in the mid-90s, her drinking habits became increasingly problematic. Gilbert recalled drinking 2 bottles of wine each night before going to bed, a routine that was symptomatic of her deeper struggles. The turning point in Gilbert's life came in the early 2000s. After her grandfather's passing, she found herself grappling with insomnia and an intensifying dependency on alcohol. "When I hit my late 30s, my grandfather passed away and something in me just triggered, and I started having a hard time falling asleep," she told E.T. This period marked the beginning of a more severe phase in her addiction. In 2004, a particularly alarming incident acted as a wake-up call for Gilbert. One evening, while hosting a friend for dinner, she passed out in a dog bed. This moment of vulnerability and loss of control prompted her to make a life-changing decision. Determined to reclaim her life, Gilbert decided to quit alcohol for good. She sought therapy and began attending Alcoholics Anonymous, AA meetings, which provided her with the support and guidance she needed to navigate her path to sobriety. Since then, Gilbert has remained steadfast in her commitment to sobriety, a decision that has profoundly impacted her life and work. Her dedication to avoiding any potential dependencies extended beyond alcohol. Following a back injury and a concussion, she made a conscious choice to refuse painkillers, fearing that taking them might lead her down a familiar and dangerous path. "I wanted to avoid any potential dependence," she told E.T., highlighting her awareness of the risks and her determination to prevent a relapse. Gilbert's personal journey has also fueled her advocacy work. She has become a champion for Partnership for Drug-Free Kids, an organization dedicated to preventing prescription drug misuse among children and supporting families affected by addiction. Gilbert's involvement with the organization is deeply personal, driven by her understanding of the pervasive nature of addiction and the isolation that families often feel. This problem is so pervasive. But the thing that's at the heart of it that gets me is that when a parent finds out that their child has a drug problem, they immediately feel like it's just them, she explained to E.T. Her advocacy work aims to break down the stigma and provide much-needed support and resources to families in crisis. There was a tragedy that took place. Melissa Gilbert experienced profound heartbreak after the loss of her former co-star, Michael Landon, who was more than just a colleague to her. He was like a father figure. The two starred side by side for nearly a decade on Little House on the Prairie, with Landon playing her on-screen dad, Charles Ingalls. Their bond extended beyond the screen, and Landon became a mentor and significant influence in Gilbert's life. In 1991, when Michael Landon died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 54, Gilbert was devastated. Landon's death not only marked the loss of a dear friend, but also the passing of a man who had played a pivotal role in her life and career. He was not only a lead actor in Little House on the Prairie, but also a writer and executive producer, contributing significantly to the show's success and legacy. Following the tragic news of Landon's death, Gilbert fell into a deep depression. In her memoir, Prairie, she recounted the overwhelming grief she felt and the struggle to cope with the loss. "It seemed everyone in the world wanted a quote," she wrote, describing the pressure and expectation to publicly address his death. "Yet I was incapable of communicating." The depth of her sorrow left her incapacitated, unable to express her feelings or function normally. Gilbert described those dark days vividly, stating, "I stayed in bed with the shades drawn. Any time I got up and tried to move around, it felt as if I was moving through mud. I walked around dazed in my pajamas for days." Her depression was all-consuming, and she found herself sinking further into despair. The loss of Landon was a profound emotional blow. one that left her feeling isolated and adrift. It was thanks to the support of her then-husband, Bo Brinkman, that Gilbert began to find a way out of her grief. Understanding the depth of her sorrow, Brinkman brought home 2 puppies to cheer her up. The presence of the puppies provided a much-needed distraction and comfort, helping Gilbert gradually emerge from the fog of her depression. Their unconditional love and companionship offered a glimmer of hope and a path toward healing. In the years that followed, Gilbert continued to honor Landon's memory and legacy. In 2022, she wrote an essay for PanCan, an organization dedicated to advocating for those with pancreatic cancer and leading research into the disease. In her essay, she urged people to support the nonprofit to help find a cure for pancreatic cancer, a disease she described with passionate disdain. "I hate pancreatic cancer with a passion that is volcanic. I want to wipe this disease out completely," she wrote, expressing her ongoing grief and the profound impact Landon's death had on her life. Gilbert's advocacy work with PanCan reflects her enduring love and respect for Landon, as well as her desire to spare others the pain she endured. "I am aching for him," she noted, even 31 years after his death. Her dedication to raising awareness and supporting research is a testament to the deep bond she shared with Landon and her commitment to fighting the disease that took him away. When talking about loss, you may not know that Melissa Gilbert once lost a child. Her journey through love and heartbreak during her adolescent years in Hollywood was profoundly shaped by her relationship with Rob Lowe. Their romance, as she candidly recounted in her memoir, Prairie, was intense and tumultuous, marked by passionate love and painful challenges. Gilbert described falling head over heels for Lowe, admitting, "I fell instantly, hopelessly, and stupidly in love. We went from first date to instant couple. I felt like I was starving for Rob." Their whirlwind romance quickly led to an engagement in 1986, capturing the attention of fans and media alike. However, their young love was not without its difficulties. Gilbert and Lowe faced challenges that tested their relationship, including infidelity on both sides. Despite their deep affection for each other, their differences and personal struggles strained their connection. One of the most significant hurdles arose when Gilbert became pregnant, which ultimately contributed to their split in 1987. In her memoir, Gilbert shared the heart-wrenching details of that period in her life. Lowe expressed uncertainty about committing to fatherhood and marriage, which devastated Gilbert. Shortly after their discussion, she tragically lost their unborn baby. The emotional toll of these events was immense for Gilbert, who described it as a very dark and difficult time in her life. She grappled with profound grief and the shattered dreams of motherhood and a future with Lowe. Reflecting on their relationship years later, Gilbert gained perspective with the passage of time and her own experiences as a mother. "Now that I have children that are his age, my older boys are 28 and 23, the age he was when we were together. I understand it," she wrote. This reflection highlighted the complexities of young love and the challenges of balancing personal aspirations with the responsibilities of adulthood. Despite the pain and heartache of their breakup, Gilbert's journey continued to evolve. She went on to find love again, marrying and starting a family of her own. Her experiences with Lowe, while tumultuous, shaped her growth as a person and influenced her understanding of relationships and resilience. Go back to Melissa Gilbert's childhood for a moment, and you'll see that her life was filled with tragedy. The first is about her father's unusual death. Initially, Melissa was led to believe that her father had passed away due to a stroke, a narrative carefully crafted by her mother to shield her from the harsher reality. However, years later, Melissa's pursuit of closure led her to uncover the heartbreaking truth through the aid of a private investigator. Her father had actually died alone, under the care of the Veterans Administration, VA, suffering from severe, unmanaged pain. This revelation shattered the comforting facade of her childhood understanding, thrusting her into a maelstrom of conflicting emotions. In an interview with Closer Weekly, Melissa recounted the profound impact discovering the truth had on her. "For about 6 months, I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep," she admitted. The revelation unleashed a torrent of grief, anger, and confusion. The anguish of not only losing her father but also grappling with the circumstances surrounding his death weighed heavily on her young heart and mind. Central to Melissa's struggle was the profound sense of abandonment and unworthiness that surfaced in the wake of her father's passing. She wrestled with feelings of inadequacy, questioning why her father chose to withdraw from her life in such a devastating manner. The complex emotions she navigated during this period colored her understanding of love, loss, and familial bonds. Over time, Melissa embarked on a journey of healing and reconciliation. Through introspection and emotional introspection, she gradually made peace with the incident and the choices her father made. "I will choose to honor his decision and his choice," Melissa reflected to Closer Weekly. "I choose to hear him and cherish him and keep his memory safe." This statement underscores her resilience and capacity for forgiveness, highlighting her commitment to preserving her father's memory with dignity and love. Melissa Gilbert knew she was facing a difficult life from the beginning. The harsh reality shows her parents who faced challenges in raising her, then she was placed for adoption, marking the beginning of a journey filled with unanswered questions and hidden truths that would shape her understanding of identity and family. Barbara Crane and Paul Gilbert adopted Melissa, giving her a new home and a new name. However, from early on, Melissa sensed discrepancies between the stories she was told and the realities she uncovered later in life. Her adoptive parents shielded her from details about her biological parents, presenting a narrative that was carefully curated but incomplete. As Melissa grew older, she began to unravel the layers of her origins. Contrary to what she had been led to believe, her birth mother was not a celebrated ballerina, but a dancer, a detail that seemed trivial but punctuated the broader theme of misrepresentation in her early years. Similarly, her birth father, instead of being a scholarly figure, was a stock car racer, a revelation that highlighted the disparity between the idealized image she had been given and the actual circumstances of her birth. The fractures in her sense of identity deepened as she navigated her adoptive parents' separation when she was just 8 years old. Her mother, Barbara, remarried, introducing Melissa to a stepfather with whom she struggled to connect. The strained relationship with her stepfather further compounded her feelings of detachment and the sense of being an outsider within her own family unit. Adding to the complexity was the mystery surrounding her adoption itself. While her parents had initially conveyed that they adopted her due to difficulties conceiving, Melissa's discovery of a half-sister from her father's previous marriage and her mother's subsequent pregnancies suggested a more nuanced reality. This realization left Melissa grappling with unanswered questions about her place within her adoptive family and the circumstances that led to her adoption. Throughout her childhood and adolescence, Melissa confronted these uncertainties with a mixture of curiosity and resignation, seeking to reconcile the disparate narratives of her life. Each revelation brought both clarity and new layers of complexity, reshaping her understanding of her past and influencing her journey toward self-discovery. Despite the tumultuous undercurrents in her family dynamics, Melissa found solace and direction in her burgeoning acting career. Her early roles, including the iconic portrayal of Laura Ingalls Wilder in the beloved television series Little House on the Prairie, provided a sense of purpose and identity amidst personal turmoil. Through her work, Melissa explored themes of resilience, family bonds, and the pursuit of authenticity, themes that mirrored her own quest for truth and belonging. As Melissa Gilbert transitioned from child star to adult actress, she continued to navigate the challenges of fame and personal growth, all while grappling with the complexities of her upbringing. Her memoir, Prairie, became a platform for her to candidly share her experiences, offering readers a glimpse into the realities behind the glamorous facade of Hollywood and her personal journey toward understanding her roots. In adulthood, Melissa confronted her past with a blend of introspection and determination, seeking closure on lingering questions about her adoption and family history. Each revelation, whether painful or liberating, contributed to her evolution as a person and an artist, shaping the narrative of her life in profound ways. What do you think about Melissa Gilbert's tragic life? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.